state of Texas. You come across that door, you open that door, you find three shady figures. Welcome to the Stop Clix.
Well done. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Apparently he's doing much better than we are.
Okay.
I'm Raven,
MJ,
And I'm John.
and we are an awesome role to play in
Yes, sir.
Coppell, Texas.
look, you did it right again. We're so happy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. He's batting 1,000.
For
He's
today-
not batting 1,000. I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
that's like two.
All right. Yeah, he's betting 2 for like 80 or something.
Yeah, something like that. But today's topic, we're actually going to talk about how we got into it.
Yeah.
Secret origins, if you will.
Dun, dun.
Dun, dun. How we started? We got into Hero Clicks. Don't like.
Yeah,
don't. Not into anything else. Like,
Yeah, no.
Like where we were born and everything like that.
Well, I just
You know.
remember a bright light.
Yeah.
And then here I am.
There I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Not much to tell, really.
Basically,
Yeah.
we're going to cover the three questions. Well, who we are, because we just started at episode 1. We just started talking, and here we are at episode 5. I think we are.
Six, seven.
Six,
Seven.
seven?
Seven?
Something like that.
Go ahead.
We don't know how to count.
The
Anyway,
luckiest episode
so,
in our series.
we're gonna talk about who we are, what got us into Hero Clicks, and why do we stay. Most importantly,
Okay.
I think that'd be best. Those are the best questions to
Yeah.
All right.
ask.
Yeah, okay, well,
Talk to you, sir.
All right,
I'll
ready?
kick it off. Of course, I'm Raven. Everybody knows that.
I'm the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
duh. Like, top 8
Silly
Grand Prix.
me.
Yeah, maybe you heard of me.
Maybe you heard of me.
No,
I'm
sorry.
kind of a big deal.
I'm actually more famous for this than I am with my band.
There you go.
Oh.
Oh, now I'm sad. Okay.
Big.
All right.
big.
So, anyways, actually, the way I got into it, there was a comic book store in Louisville by my old high school, Delay, and it was called TNT Comics.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually, the only reason I remember it so vividly is because that's right around the time I got into Deadpool. I was about in 7th grade.
Ah.
And
Oh, right on.
I saw a Deadpool issue right there on the rack. Man, that guy looks cool. And, it was awesome.
America
And
with the mouth.
then
Yeah.
I saw the Deadpool Hero Clicks. I forgot. They were the old set, the veteran.
Probably
rookie.
Mutant Mayhem.
Yeah.
You may have. Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, wow, this looks pretty cool. He's like, the owner told me what it was. I was like, man, this is even cooler. And so what I did is I only asked, he didn't really give me any kind of, oh, well, they use special abilities. He's just like, oh, you fight them with these dice. You roll the dice, you add it. Okay, cool. So I bought a few figures. I bought Spider-Man single, a Venom single, and I think those two are the only ones we bought, me and my friend. And we didn't have a mat.
Oh wow.
We went home. Basically, we went home and went to his house and was like, how are we going to play this? And he's like, well, I got an old D&D board.
Oh, that'll work. Yeah. That'll work.
No, the squares were like,
Oh, they're too small.
the squares were completely real tiny. And we rolled one dice.
One
Instead
time.
of two.
Oh, wow.
Man, nobody's ever hitting anybody.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird. Like, we didn't, and needless to say, he didn't get into it.
Okay,
He's
well,
just like, this is
as
lame. And so I went to the comic book store more, found more and more, and bought more singles and stuff like that. I actually remember the very first booster pack I bought was at Grapevine Mills Mall and EB Games.
Ooh, wow.
Electronics Boutique.
Yes,
Yes.
EB Games. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was at EB Games, but I bought it. And in that pack, it was Mutants and Mayhems because I remember pulling the unique Loki from it. My very
really?
first character,
Wow.
unique
That's pretty
Loki.
cool.
And I was like, phasing teleport, this is awesome! Like, I was wrecking it,
He was hooked.
Yeah.
And this dude had a tons of. I remember buying a Kingdom Come Bat Century from him.
Oh, wow.
The Ultimate Thor, Ultimate Series Thor, Carnage. All these awesome pieces. I didn't know how to use them, man. I
Yeah.
lost all the time. I'll tell you how bad it was. Okay, we were playing the game. I forgot the points, but I had the Dark Phoenix.
The big one.
Yeah,
Big
and I remember Metallo and Nimrod destroying that thing, like destroying it. And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool, whatever." And then the winner got a Green Goblin piece. I forgot, but
Beat
that
it
was
all
my
down
first
for
introduction
Norman
to it. I played it for a few years. It died out. Sold my collection back to the shop owner, and recently got back into it because our boss is now hosting Hero Clicks in her store, and she's like, "Do you want to judge?" Sure, I'll judge. And here I am.
There you are.
What keeps me back going to it, honestly, is probably it's a toss-up between collecting figures And
The collection instinct is strong in the game.
Yeah, and the community. I met so many great people. I have so many great friends.
There's a lot of people that come in here, buy figures, and never play. I've seen it like we've got bricks at home that we're gonna play one of these days.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome. You know, it's cool. Got a lot of cool figures and a lot of cool friends from it. Yeah. So there we go, John.
Wow. I'm John Keys. Well, I started back in 2005. At the time, I was working at Lone Star Comics in Arlington. And the guys were sitting back there playing Mech Warrior one Friday, and they also brought another crew back
so
there.
You said Meth Warrior.
No, that too. It makes an interesting game, kids.
Anyway, Mech Warrior, which was a
Wiz Kids game.
Yeah, very cool actually.
Yeah. And that they totally got hosed by Wiz Kids, but that's a different story.
Yeah, well, that's a different story for another
Possibly
day.
a future episode.
Possibly.
Who knows?
Anyway,
so there's guys back there, and I was looking back there because I have an encyclopedic knowledge of comic books. You can name a character, no matter how obscure, I could probably tell you everything about it, regardless. So they're back there, and they look at me, and I'm looking at them. They're like, "Hey, do you want to play Hero Clix?" And I
open our like CD alley.
Trench coat.
Yeah, I kid you not. Dude busts out like, "I got some Fantastic Four here if you want to play." Yeah, you can play that, man. And I was like, yeah, I got to get back to the register. So
he took his tin can lunchbox back with him. I got to get it home, guys.
Yeah. So, I mean, every Friday they would come and it'd be a big crowd. They're like, "Hey, John, when you got to come play Hero Clix,
oh, no.
You want to be one of the cool kids. Everybody's doing it.
Everybody's cool.
And,
John is susceptible to peer pressure is all we found out right now.
Yeah, it is.
Next thing you know, I was beer bottles everywhere. It was
You're kidding. It was right around Mutants and
Tijuana.
Mayhem. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that sometimes
still. I bought my first booster of Mutants and Mayhem, and I've been doing it. No, actually, I
you have
don't.
no idea. No idea.
I don't remember because I bought so many of them.
I'll always remember that first Loki.
I remember my first beating. Okay, that's what I remember.
Your first Beanie Baby?
No, my first beating.
Beating. Oh yeah. Well, those come.
It was bad. Yeah, I learned very quickly that everybody that's new to the game never win their first battle.
No,
they never win.
Well, man, she has a different story.
But I kept playing and I kept playing and kept getting better, learning more about it because it turns out that it has a chess checker feel to it. You know, you got your checker movement, your chess tactics. Okay, and it's dealing around comic books. Who can go wrong with comic books? That's the only way we learn people is through comic books and video games.
That's it.
That's all we got.
This is what we should just do. A school's full of comic books and video games to be the smartest kids in the world.
A good buddy of mine who judges at Space Cadets, shout out to Brian right there. He said it the best. It's chess with superpowers.
Yes, it is. That's exactly right. So, and what keeps me coming back is the camaraderie. I judged pretty much for that entire time I was there at Arlington, and I played afterwards because I kind of semi-retired because I was a level 2 judge. Those who were familiar with the old judge system with Wiz Kids, y'all know what that is.
Where did that go?
It kind of went the way of the dodo.
Yeah,
Mech Warrior. Go see Mech Warrior.
Yeah, go see Mech Warrior. I mean, it's kind of sad because it really put a what's the word I'm looking for? A lockdown on it. Made the judges a lot more responsible to the venues than a lot of people realize. I keep coming back because the sets are getting better. What they bring out in the sets are nice. I love the people I play with. Even though I've met a whole bunch of people. I met Raven during the tournament, and the tournament. The DFW Grand Prix tournament, that's been my dream for years. It's to do a big city tournament that we find out who the best is in.
There you go.
And that's my thing.
Camaraderie.
So, camaraderie. And because competition
and fierce competition with John Keys. Don't
he likes the scent of blood.
There you go.
Don't listen.
Kumite.
That's it.
I like to drink the tears of my fallen.
There you go.
That's
I hear the lamentations of their women.
So that's it for me. So what about you, man?
Well, believe it or not, I'm obviously the newest to all this. I technically bought a Mage Knight booster a long time. The original Mage Knight. I think it was a Babbage's. I don't know if they still exist.
Babbage's.
We are going in the
this was. And the thing is, I remember thinking that because there was no map, there was no mention of a map. I just thought like it was kind of like I saw people play Warhammer before, where I had to take a ruler and measure out distances and everything. So I'm like, I can move up to 6 inches away, and I'll be honest, it almost kind of worked as a really bad game system. It was my own really bad game system.
Matt almost had his own.
Almost, and I'll be honest, Lisa, that was the thing. That doesn't really count because I'll be honest, I learned no rules and really never played an official game. My first official game was over a decade later. Believe it or not, about a year and a half ago.
Wow.
I came into this store, and people were getting ready to play Hero. Raven was saying, "Hey, I'm running a HeroClix tournament tonight. Maybe you should check it out." And I said, "Yeah, I'll be honest. I play Magic. Sounds like something I can get into. I'll watch. I'll watch the first time." And unfortunately, it's the first tournament. Not a huge turnout. 3 people are there. 3 people are there to play. And you can't just have one person sitting around doing nothing. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to ruin anybody's game. I don't want to sit down here and like literally read the rule book before I do any action. Like I mean, that's nobody wants to play against that guy who's reading the rule book while he's trying to figure out what he's doing. Nobody wants to play against that guy. And then I figured out that we were all basically that guy.
Yeah,
at that exact moment. And I realized because Raven was judging, but even then he couldn't micromanage all of the bad rules that we were doing. So I do remember the very first piece I pulled. I thought was the coolest thing. I pulled an Indigo from the Teen Titans sets. We were playing the Teen Titans. I pulled an Indigo, a Red Hood, and the Robin. That's the team I played. It was a really solid team. And then I just remember it was an epiphany. It was an epiphany. It was a true epiphany when I discovered the magic of probability control, and I was hooked. Like that was it. That was the power that I was like.
You were saying you don't win your first game. He demolished everybody.
I demolished
with that Indigo.
Well, it was the Indigo, and it was the fact. I'm like, what does Outwit do exactly? I don't understand because Red Hood on Top Doll has Outwit.
Yes.
He goes people within range, and he explained it out. I'm like, oh, so the Rhino that's about to charge, if I say Outwit, he can't charge next turn. He's like, yeah, that's right, and I'm like, I am the best at this game. And sure enough, I end up with my kind of janky team, and then of course I figure out what Incap does because that's what the Robin does. And I'm like, man, Robin can't do any damage to this character. And then Raven's like, but he's got that blue power. And I'm like, of course, flip, Incap, read it all. Okay, so I can do that, and I'll be honest, I won the tournament the whole hand. I didn't lose a single match.
Wow.
I won the whole thing, basically not really knowing anything, and before every single thing, having to look to see what it did yet again, and yet again. I'll be honest, I don't think we even had objects or anything like that.
Bare bones,
it was bare bones.
Really?
We're barely lucky we had 2 dice. So it was one of those things, and I still have that Indigo. I've never let it go.
Every now and then he just stops.
I kind of look at it a little bit. I have my change. But what does keep
and the outro to Breakfast Club plays.
I wish we could cut
Puts his hand up in the air.
But yes, it's one of those. There you go. But yeah, it is one of those. But
I feel like we just heard the story of 8 Mile.
Yeah.
8 Mile. Next thing you know, I'm battle rapping.
So my
Rabbit. Okay.
I'm more rabbit than Eminem. I really am.
Please don't call Eminem on our podcast. I don't want him showing up and battle rapping.
I don't want him coming up in here.
Yeah, I don't want him
Eminem, much love.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay. But and like I said, what keeps me coming back? I'll be honest. I have found that in Magic, occasionally you get players that become kind of overbearing to the game, and it's unfortunate. And some people exist. I'm not saying those people don't exist in HeroClix, but I find I'm friends with them more often. I find that we even when you have a game where you were ahead and you deserved it, and somebody lucks out with that crit when he had no chance. Even when those things kind of happen, people don't get as salty about a bum.
No, because it's awesome, man.
It is, yeah. You're amazed when it happens, even if it happens to you.
Yeah.
And I think HeroClix players are a great bunch of people, and I'll be honest, WizKids I think is doing a continually better job on the sets, and I find them more interesting. So
Indeed,
that's really where I'm like, well, how could you let this go? You know, like this is awesome. Now I am curious about mechware, and we're going to talk about that soon because I am curious. I saw one day, had the heat counter, and it spun, and I was like,
got
what
way
does
more
this do?
mechanic. Like it's way more streamlined now.
Okay, well, I'll be honest.
It's fun and everything because it's got
like the
way
old
more
flying mechanic. You got to kind of like lift it up. It's like, is it flying? Is it not flying? I'll be honest.
Well, no, they have a arc of fire that they can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
it's right there on the. It's right there on the dial.
Yeah, it's on the dial, and you have to be within the arc and all.
Yeah.
It's. We tried playing at table, and that was. Whew.
Yeah.
A lot more rules to manage.
So in closing, one figure that you either regret giving up or would not give up.
Okay.
Wow, I'll let you guys go.
No. You're on the spot.
I let a lot.
Bloodsport, Kumite, come on.
All right, well, I let a lot of good figures go.
As we all have.
Oh man, I would have to say I let John Size X-Men Storm go. I thought on a good trade. I thought it was a good trade. Let's see another good one, and this happened recently in War of Life. I pulled a Yellow Lantern Superboy Prime, and the guy that I traded with, he was jonesing for it so bad that he kind of like flash traded me. You know, he pushed everything.
Yeah, he's like, here's all this.
And I'm like, okay, dude, all right, man,
I'll do it.
let's do it. And then I go home, find out they're all crap trades. So,
Oh, dude.
no, I don't hate on the guy. You know, because he was really wanting it that bad, and I'm
bad enough to rip you off.
Exactly. You know, so I'm not gonna kill him over a piece of plastic.
It happens.
Yeah.
The piece, I'll be honest, the piece that I have abused the most, hands down, everybody knows this, was the Iron Pharaoh. I was on the Iron Pharaoh bandwagon way before Worlds.
This guy knows Iron Pharaoh.
Iron Pharaoh, and I'll be honest, I abused it. I'm like, this is the greatest piece ever made, ever. But I'll be honest, the piece that I refuse to give up is not the Iron Pharaoh, and it's a piece I probably played even more than the Iron Pharaoh. Because I'm a bad human being, I play John Constantine. I cannot stop playing John Constantine. I don't care what team it's on. I'm just going, if I get to shut down their prob, I win. That's my, no re-rolling. What happens is what happens. I'm going to be slightly luckier than you because Constantine can still prob. That's the why I can't get rid of the piece. It doesn't matter. I don't even care to rotate. I don't care. I'm never trading it. It's never leaving.
For me, it was probably that old Carnage piece.
Carnage.
That right there actually was the first awesome sculpt I saw of HeroClix.
Yeah.
Back then, like with Loki, his face was all melted. But Carnage, when he was like leaping out at you, you know,
yeah.
That I mean, like. It was just awesome, you know, and I traded so much for it, my hands on it. I played it in every team I had.
Everything.
From when I got the piece for like 2 or 3 years straight. He was in every single team. Because first off, he had a top dial Praw, which was top dial Perplex, which was really good back then.
Yeah.
You know, and because Praw wasn't seen as much, you know, so Perplex was pretty good. But he was just awesome. I remember. It was Halloween when I gave him up.
Oh, wow. You gave him up. It was Halloween.
Yeah, I know. Was it raining that night or something?
It was
a little thunder.
Cold, dreary Halloween. The leaves just fell like tears.
There you go. Anyway.
But
it was a long time ago.
And it's unfortunate, WizKids. We know that you guys got the symbiote OP kit coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you didn't
Venom, and Venom.
Yeah. It's
right?
Venom and Venom.
No
but
Carnage.
it's okay. That new Venom piece looks cool as hell.
Which one? The Agent Venom?
The actual Venom.
Okay, the actual
Venom. Anyway.
So anyways, I gave it to him, giving it to someone. Not even selling it to him, giving it to some dude. 'Cause he's like, man, that's awesome, freaking it out. That's the one piece. I mean, I still want to buy him, but he's like $40.
Go get him again. Yeah, that's what happens.
But what's your favorite pieces? When did you get in the game? How do you feel about the game? All that other stuff. Please.
And most importantly, why do you stay?
Yeah, why do you stay? Let us know, man. This has been the Stop Click. It's been our pleasure. I've been Raven.
MJ.
And I'm John.
We'll see you next week, fellas.
All right, later.